Welcome to the Appraisal MC management system. Through this portal, you'll be able to place orders online, track the status of an order at any time, as well as view completed orders. To log on, simply go to www.appraisalmc.com and press the Login button at the top right-hand corner. This will take you to the login page, where you may utilize your email and password to log into the dashboard. Once you log in, you will be taken directly to the dashboard showing your pending orders. As you move through the system, you may always return to this home page by clicking the Appraisal MC logo at the top left-hand corner. On the top left-hand side, you will notice the contact information for your administrator, as well as the phone number, fax number, and email address. The section below allows you to find an appraisal. You may do so by selecting any of the options and clicking Search. The system can search by either typing the internal file ID number, loan number, borrower, address, company, processor working on the file, or based on priority. The company dashboard on the left-hand side will provide you all of the status of the pending orders through each stage of the appraisal process, as well as access to completed orders. You may view orders based on the statuses provided by clicking on any of the hyperlinks provided. The main dashboard in the middle provides information on the orders by file ID, company, loan number, date the order was received, inspection date set by the appraiser, due date, property address, borrower information, loan officer or loan processor working on the file, and the live status of the order. To send a message to the administrator, you may select the Send Message, and a drop-down will display an order for you to write your message. This message is sent to the administrator, who will then forward compliant messages to the appraiser. You will notice that this is a quick view of the communication log, along with a time, date, and stamp of each message sent. There is also a tab to view any files that have been uploaded by you or the administrator and available for download by clicking on the hyperlinks provided, should there be any. You may view the full order by clicking on the file ID number and view all information regarding the order, including messages and files available for download. There is also an option within the order to place another message to the administrator by writing your message and clicking Add Note. You may then return to the home page by selecting the Appraisal MC logo. To place a new appraisal order, simply select the link labeled New Appraisal Order, and you will be taken to the next screen where you can fill out the appropriate information. You will start by placing your loan number. You will then select the priority, whether normal or rush. Please note that if you do select rush, there may be an additional fee incurred if the due date is within 3 business days. The next section, labeled Company Information, allows you to select the company you wish to place the order for under Company ID. You may also select additional team members to receive access to this specific order. You may do so by selecting any of the users available within the drop-down of each subcategory. The next section, labeled Borrower Information, is for borrower and co-borrower information. Please populate the fields accordingly based on first name or last name of each applicant. You will then move on to the next section, which is the subject property information. The information needed includes address, city, state, zip, county, property type, and the contact person for the appraiser to gain access to the property. The sections labeled Appointment Notification Email 1 and 2 is for any person you may wish to receive an update on the appointment date once the appraiser updates the information. This is useful for listing or buyer's agents, as well as borrowers, and a great way to keep all parties informed. The next section for appraisal information includes items needed for the purpose, which includes purchase, refinance, home equity, desk review, or field review. If purchase is selected, a drop-down to fill in the sales price and seller's concessions will appear. Please be sure that the information provided matches the executed contract. The next section is for loan type, whether conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, or other. Please note that if FHA is selected, a drop-down will appear where you may enter the case number. Below the loan type, you may also enter whether this is a primary residence, secondary, investment, or for a 203(k) purpose. There is also an option to select the investor type, but is not mandatory. The next section, labeled Appraisal Form, will hold a drop-down where you may select the appropriate appraisal form for this transaction. The final selection will be the option to choose if UAD is required. You may select yes or no. The section labeled Dates will allow you to select your due date. Once you select your due date, you may go on to the next section, labeled Attachments. Here you may upload PDF documents pertinent to the order in the Attachments section. Simply click on the Browse or Choose File button depending on Mac or PC and select your file from your computer and label your document type appropriately. Once you have done so, you must select the Upload File button. If you have any additional notes or information you would like to provide, please place them in the Notes section, which will forward to your administrator. Once you have completed these items, you must select the Submit Appraisal Order so the order will be forwarded to the AppraisalMC account manager. Once you have placed an order, the appraiser will be assigned within the coverage area of the subject's market. Once the order has been placed, you may view the status at any time by viewing the order on the dashboard. You may view appointment dates as well as status on QC reviews and other milestones of each order. The status of each order is available on the right-hand side, and you will also receive periodic updates via email on certain status changes. Once an order has been completed, you will be notified via email, where you can log on to the dashboard and view by selecting the completed order section. To view the order, you may select the file ID or choose the drop-down, where attachments are also available. To view the full order, you select the file ID and clicking on the hyperlink within the attachment. If you wish to email a copy of any of attachments available, you may do so by clicking the Email Document button and selecting the attachments you wish to place. This will take you to a next screen where you can place an email address as well as write any notes to the person you are emailing the document to. If you need to order additional services for the order, you may do so by clicking the applicable link under the Associated Services fields. The additional orders include Order Appraisal Review, Order Final Inspection, Order Reconsideration, Recertification of Value, Conforming to FHA Conversion, or ordering Operating Income Statement and Rent Schedule. If you select to order additional service, the link will populate all of the pertinent information needed for the new service in order to avoid double entry. If you wish to request a reconsideration of value, select the link in Associated Services. The link will take you to a new screen where you can provide detailed explanation for the reason of the reconsideration of value and additional documentation on market data you wish for the appraiser to consider. This will be forwarded to your administrator for compliance review and then forwarded to the appraiser. If you have any questions in regards to status of an order, you may contact your administrator or log on to the website at any time for the most up-to-date status of each order, as it is updated periodically by the appraiser and the administrator. Once you've completed submitting your orders and viewing status, you may select the Logout button at the top right hand to leave the dashboard. Thank you for your time in viewing this webinar provided to you by Appraisal MC.